I'm going to show you how to change rear shocks and springs on an Astra H. You can see the old parts on this car are extremely worn and are desperate to be changed. Start by jacking up the rear end and taking off the wheels. Place a jack under the bottom of the spring and jack it up until it's compressed. Now we need to remove the old shock absorber. Start with the top bolt, which you'll need an E22 torque socket to do. For the bottom bolt you'll need a Torx E18. You can see here just how bad the old shock is when I try and compress it. It doesn't rebound at all. We now need to get the new shock in place, so line up the top eye hole with the bolt hole and screw in the E22 Torx bolt. Once it's been tightened, we can then torque the top bolt to 90 Newton meters. Before we install the bottom bolt, we need to change the springs. Lower the jack and the spring should effectively just fall out. It may need a little persuasion, but it shouldn't be difficult to remove. You can see here just how old and crusty the old springs were looking. I'm now swapping the old top mount onto the new spring. Ideally I'd replace it with a new one, but I forgot to order the part and I wanted to do this there and then. To install the spring, place it on the bottom mount and line it up. We can then use the jack to jack it up into place. I found it easiest to do both springs like this at once, with a jack holding each one in place at the same time. Now we can install the E18 bottom shock bolt. You may need to use the jack to raise or lower the suspension to make sure it's all lined up properly. Once the bottom bolt has been installed, we can torque it to 130 Newton meters. We now have new rear shocks and springs on our Astra H.